A historical investment opportunity is upon us. In this video, I want to tell you about a rare, completely risk-free investment that guarantees a high rate of return. When I learned that this opportunity is in form of government bonds, I was completely shocked and excited at the same time. But is there a catch? Coming up. If you're new to the channel, my name is Trey and I have over $623,000 invested in stocks, crypto, and real estate, and now I guess bonds as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my entire Fundrise playlist linked in the description below. And if you decide to invest with Fundrise, make sure to open a new account using my referral link below. For a limited time only, Fundrise is giving $50 to anyone who opens a new account and deposits just $10. Now, let's get started. This investment comes in form of Series I saving bonds. Now, I'm not a bond investor, and so I will very briefly go over what these Series I saving bonds are. These bonds are essentially government debt. So our United States government needs money to fund their spending on useless things. And so they're willing to borrow money from us, the citizens, with the promise that they will pay back the borrowed money plus interest. Series I saving bonds are essentially risk-free because they are, and I quote, guaranteed by full faith and credit of the United States government. The only time these bonds may end up worthless is if the government of the United States completely fails and collapses. However, most will agree that if that happens, we will have bigger things to worry about than our stupid bonds. These I bonds earn interest rate that is fixed for 6 months at a time from the date of purchase. However, this rate does change twice a year, in November and in May. The interest rate of these bonds is calculated by combining a fixed rate and something called an inflation rate. The fixed rate is essentially zero, however, so the only thing that really matters is the inflation rate, which is based on the CPI numbers over 6 months between May and November. Also, the interest can never go below zero, making this an ultimate risk-free investment. Historically, inflation has been between 2 and 3% in the United States, so these bonds would earn an unattractive, low 2% interest rate, and most people didn't pay attention to this investment vehicle. But due to tremendously high inflation rates that we're experiencing right now, the interest rate for these bonds is a staggering and mind-blowing 9.62%. This is an amazing guaranteed risk-free interest rate, considering that most other moderately risky investment vehicles such as stocks and real estate return on average about 8 to 12% per year. So to all my subscribers and new viewers, even though this is not an investment advice, you should really look into purchasing these bonds, as this high interest rate is pretty much guaranteed for at least a year. These bonds will protect your money from getting eaten up by inflation, even though not fully, because we know that CPI numbers are much lower than the actual inflation that people are experiencing. So let's take a look at a few more details and how you can purchase these bonds. These bonds can be purchased with a current 9.62% interest rate until the end of October 2022. As long as you purchase before that date, you will get that rate of 9.62% for 6 months from your purchase date, guaranteed. New interest rate will be announced in November of 2022, which will then apply to your bonds for the next 6 months. The rate that will be announced in November is guaranteed to be around 8% or higher based on the CPI numbers that were already revealed so far since May. It is even possible that we may see a double-digit interest rates such as 10 or even 12%. So, as you can see, you can make some good gains from these bonds in the next 12 months. Now, here are a few details that everyone should know. You can purchase up to $10,000 in electronic I-bonds and up to $5,000 in paper I-bonds each calendar year. which makes for a total of $15,000 per year that you can use to buy these bonds. Electronic I-bonds can be purchased from the United States Treasury website, treasurydirect.gov, while the paper bonds can only be purchased using your tax refund money. These bonds can be given as a gift, and a minor can actually own these bonds under their own name. You do have to pay federal taxes on the interest that you earn, but only when you sell the bonds. You do not have to pay state or local income tax on the interest. If you pay for a qualified higher education with the money obtained from selling these bonds, you may be able to avoid paying any federal tax at all. These Series I saving bonds earn interest rate for 30 years unless you sell them first. You can sell these bonds after holding them for just 1 year. If you sell your bonds before holding them for 5 years, however, you will be penalized by forfeiting 3 months of interest earnings. The interest is earned monthly, but is compounded every 6 months. That means you have to wait 6 months to earn interest on your previously earned interest, which is disappointing as many other investment vehicles compound your interest at least monthly. But it's no surprise, it's the government after all. It is still not too bad for a completely risk-free investment that is backed by a full faith of the American government and earns you 9.62%. The way I see it, we all have two choices. We leave our hard-earned money in the bank and watch its purchasing power get eaten alive by inflation, or we can do our best to invest our money anywhere we can to attempt and preserve even a bit of this purchasing power. Some other risk-free investment vehicles such as high-yield savings accounts or CD accounts are giving anywhere between 2 and 4% return on your money, in which case you're still losing close to 5% of the value of your money per year. So after all, these bonds don't sound so bad, do they? These I-bonds essentially protect $10,000 a year from inflation. And if you are married, each individual can purchase $10,000 worth of bonds a year. Inflation will not drop to 2 to 3% overnight, so you're guaranteed a decent return on your money for at least 2 years, in my opinion. As of now, these bonds should become a part of everyone's portfolio. And to do that, you have to go to treasurydirect.gov, create an account by clicking login button here, then you click login again, and then down here there's an open a new account. You click here and you follow these directions. You will need your social security number to be able to open an account here. So you create an account and then you will get a little tab on top that says Buy Direct. You click that and then you choose Series I Saving Bonds. And then you enjoy your gains. That is it for me, but I want to hear from you. Will you be taking advantage of this 9.62% rates on these I-bonds, or will you steer clear of this dirty government debt? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Cheers.